is, ready. No surprising facial expressions or something, or whatever you like.
All right.
Okay, three,
Well, I
two,
am, we're
one.
recording.
Uh, okay, I got it.
So we're recording to the cloud now. So I'm not exactly sure if we can even trim this later, but welcome everyone. This is the Baba is You software teaming session. And at least, does anybody else notice that it is recording? Just want to make sure. Did you all
Yes.
get notices and whatnot? Okay. So this part of the Global Agile Summit, and maybe Michael, I'll have you do a quick, Mikhail will do a quick intro to the Global Agile Summit, and then we'll introduce the exercise we're going to do.
Yeah, welcome everyone. This will be a part of the Global Agile Summit, which is an international or global remote agile conference in May. Yeah, there are many talks in various tracks, and this is a special session that we are pre-recording about software teaming to introduce people to the concept.
All right. Now, normally I would spend some time introducing everyone, but I am. I think that in the interest of time, we won't do it. So when you're participating, just introduce yourself quickly. If you have some short thing you can say about yourself, we're going to play a game that's called Baba is You. But before we do that, I'm going to do a really quick introduction to software teaming, which we used to call mob programming.
Triple?
Oops, I'm hearing some noises there. So, does the volume sound okay, everybody?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I've got several to share. We'll start with this one. There's the Baba is You game in the middle, but we're not going to look at that yet. You should be able to see software teaming, a whole team approach.
Not
Uh,
yet. Yep.
oh, is it there?
Got it.
So lag in these systems is sometimes pretty annoying, um, but we'll get through that. So the idea of everything that I share, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to share with you what I've done and maybe some of my opinions, but I'm never giving advice. So if I ever say something like you should, then that's not really what I intend. Please take that. You can call me out on it even. I never mean to say that. The point here is that the work we do requires that we work with others. So we might as well get good at it. It doesn't matter what we do, we need to be working with others. And even though we do a lot of our work alone, even the work we do alone sometimes involves working with others. These slides are from my workshop, so I'm just going to skip this next one. But I do put a picture of my grandson into my talks because it keeps my spirits up. So there he is. He taught me to play Minecraft. Here he is a few years ago and costumed as an illager of some sort and from the Minecraft games. We actually went and did a workshop at Minecraft uh, Mojang in Stockholm, and he came along with me and took a tour of the place. This whole idea for me originated in its fullness at Hunter Industries. So you'll often hear us refer to that. But software teaming is this idea all the brilliant minds working together on the same thing at the same time, in the same space, and at the same computer. It's really straightforward. The concept is if we can gather together the people with all the needed skills and knowledge, and we work together, we can accomplish things more directly. In this particular case, that I'm going to show you next here. This was, I think, from 2012, this picture. And I see you in there, Sandra. We were taking a time lapse, some pictures from the corner there, and this is the only one where we all looked like we were smiling. So that's the one that I use. But we were working on some software for another team. But everybody on this team is bringing their own skills and knowledge. We have a a tester, what we would call a product owner, even though she was a coder on another team, what you might think of as a software developer or coder, database expert, coder, and coder. So we have all the skills we need, so we don't need to go off the team to ask any questions. We are answering our own questions as we go, and it can be done remotely as well. So this is not five people watching one person coding. This is a sort of important aspect to this. People will often say, well, I don't want to pay five people to do the work of one, but it's five people working together. but we need some kind of technique to do that, and that's what we're looking at today is what kind of techniques can we use? And we borrowed from the idea of pair programming of driver navigator, and it works well for a team. And the idea here is that there is a someone at the keyboard. They're acting as a driver. You could think of them as like in a taxi cab. You've got somebody driving the taxi cab, and you've got the passengers who are the navigators. They're directing the cab driver, where do we want to go? They give them a high level instruction, high level intent. We never code out loud. Sometimes we have to, but we try to give the highest level instruction. Like, we need to go to the airport when you're in the taxi. And when we're coding, we might say, well, we need a drop down that contains the regions. And as a person starts putting that in, they might ask, well, where do the regions come from? So one of the navigators, let's say it's the database expert, Sandra, she would say, oh, well, we have a table in the database for that. And here's a query that I had put together we could use for that. And so we're all sharing in the work, and we're all directing the person who's putting it into the computer. In this particular case, we have everyone here is a navigator, but sometimes people don't want to participate at all, so they just watch or listen or learn. And sometimes there's only one person with the knowledge we need, and they might be doing all the navigating for a while. There's a lot more to these techniques, and we're not going to go into them because I want to keep this short. But we follow this guideline that I learned from Llewellyn Falco. For an idea to go from someone's head into the computer, it must go through someone else's hands. And this requires that we get good at communicating our ideas at a higher level, maybe using a whiteboard, but it also gives us the ability to think through what we're doing while somebody else is at the keyboard. We've given them an instruction and we're thinking about the next thing coming up. We have to be good at listening. We have to be good at accepting the ideas that come forward. So one of our rules is we try every idea. I should make this really careful here. We have no rules. The only rule is there are no rules. But we have guidelines we follow we can think of as candidate rules if we were to ever solidify them. But this is the way we typically work. So I think we've gone far enough into
It's
this
the
to go
pirate
ahead.
code.
What's that?
It's the pirate code. It's more like guidelines, not rules.
That's right, right. It's just like in the movies. Very good point. So this seems crazy, but people all over the world are doing it. So we're going to do this today, demonstrating these techniques. So I'll be acting as a facilitator, and somebody else will be a driver, and someone else will be a navigator. And we'll start with a very strict rule. The very strict rule that we start with is that the only person allowed to talk or even to really be sharing anything is going to be the navigator. And that takes some amount of bravery. To be the driver, you're just following someone's instructions. But I have to caution you, don't do things without being at least asked at a high level to do them. Like in this particular case, you can see there's this little thing that's called Baba. Baba is you. And throughout this game, you have to do little challenges to try to solve puzzles. That's about all I'm going to tell you about it. You can see up here, it shows move. You move by selecting the arrow keys. So my I'll share my keyboard with somebody who will then be the driver. So I'll ask for a volunteer. Who wants to be the first driver?
Me. I want to be a driver.
Okay, so I will make you the first driver, and let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I know that I need to go to my, here we go. And there's remote control, and I have to figure out who gets it. So now somebody needs to be, so you should be able to try your arrow keys and see that you can get something to move, but only do a very minimal thing. Can you get something to happen?
No.
Okay, I'm going to put
I
my
saw some
focus
message.
in.
I click arrow keys. Nothing
Try again. You
happens.
should be able to. Uh-oh. Are you using your arrow keys?
Yes.
Okay, and it's not
Yeah,
moving
it tells me
for
actually I can control your screen.
you should be able to. Did I give
Oh,
you proper
is it
permission for
me
that?
or not? Oh,
There you
okay.
go. Okay, good enough. So who would
Yes.
like to be the first navigator? Not everybody at once. Okay, there's Sandra. Sandra, start the process. Now remember, so Oli, I don't know how to say your name.
You can call me Alex if it's
Alex.
easier.
Oh, that makes it
Alex.
easy for me. Thank
Yep.
you. Alex, will you just whatever Sandra will give you an intent and you try to fulfill it. If she thinks you're doing something different than what she asked, she can correct you. But let's start in. Sandra, go ahead.
Hey, Alex, thanks.
Hi.
So, hi, I'd like to kind of explore the boundaries of the situation here with Baba. Could we uh see if we can go th through the walls, around the walls? What can this what can we go through? Can we go outside the walls? Can we It looks like the purpose of the game is to grab the flag on the other side. So, right, we see the wall
Yes.
is
Correct. So
stopped.
I'm trying to go up. Should I speak at all?
You
You
can
def
say what you're trying to do, but we can see you trying to go up.
Yeah, I'm trying to go up.
Okay, so we see we can't go past the wall, so maybe can we push the rock towards the flag? And then keep going, see
Yes.
if we can make an opening big enough to go down and grab the flag.
Okay.
So then so can we just go down a couple spaces and yay.
Well, that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. So that was a good start. So now I'm going to give the control to Sandra. She's going to be running the keyboard now. So let me go ahead and do that. Remote control to Sandra. That's going to be my job mostly today, I guess, is
Can
giving her
anyone comment or just the navigator?
So right now, the only person talking will be either me as the facilitator or the navigator. What I'm going to
Okay.
ask you folks to start doing is make notes somewhere of what you are learning. Whatever you think you learn. Right now, we just learned a little bit about mob programming or software teaming. We also learned about a little bit about how the Baba Is You game works. Are we starting this one over somehow? I
I think
didn't.
so, yeah, I think I'm sorry.
That's all right. We can just go ahead and do that. We'll have another navigator. Who would like to navigate? And then we'll keep rotating like this. Remember your place in the rotation.
I can give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Who is my driver here?
That's
Me,
Sandra.
me.
Sandra. All right. Sandra, you want to try pushing the rock again? I think we can just do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent. So now we're ready to go on to the next puzzle. And James, I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I think we just need an arrow key up to 01 this time, perhaps.
So I better warn you, I don't know if James, if you've ever played this game, but James is pretty much a game aficionado, if that's the right word. He loves making games and playing games and so on. All right.
Yeah, this game is gorgeous. I love the
I
art
love
style.
I love this game. It's cute. It's so fun.
So, are you able to navigate to number 1 there? Uh, It looks like the pink thing is our selector. I think we can scoot it over and then up, perhaps.
I think it might be an error.
Is it not doing it for you? I was able to make it move. Can you make it move, Sandra,
Uh, let's see.
with your arrow keys?
No.
Oh, geez. So, folks, we're going to have to figure this out. I'm trying to continually give. So, Sandra, you should have. It says you are waiting to control my screen, but you were able to do
It
it
says
before.
I'm controlling your screen right
Okay,
now.
go ahead and see if you can get it up to 1. Just using, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Awesome.
So it always will give you a little bit of a hint of what is this next level about, and then it gives it to you. So, James, guide.
All right. I guess the high level navigation is get to the flag. I don't see anything obvious here. I don't know, Sandra, if you want to try going through the wall or something of that sort. Let's see. Do we have any secret text here? Wall is stop. No, I don't see anything there. I don't know.
So
Nothing's
I'm going
jumping
to
out.
give a hint
Yeah.
about doing this game. Experiment with things. Try things. Anything you can try, you just try it.
Yeah. So, yeah, keep trying. Maybe we can get through the wall somehow if you want to just keep running at it. Maybe there's a jump button, perhaps. Maybe he jumps. Yeah. Hmm. I'm so bad at puzzles. Can we, anything happen if we walk on the text?
Let's see.
Like if you stand on wall or is or stop, maybe something cool happen. Hey, look at that.
Woohoo.
All right. Well, I think we found a way out there. Can you walk out on the wall again? Oh, okay, we can just move now. Perfect. So perhaps we just grab that flag, or maybe we have to move that text around. You wanna experiment with that?
It looks like we can't just grab the flag.
Yeah, so I think perhaps we need to take flag and is and then move win over. So it's like
Gotcha.
yeah.
Now
Okay.
that's a very good high level instruction. James is saying, well, let's put flag, is, and win together and see what happens. So that was an experiment. And already, James, you've done 3 or 4 experiments. You're doing the process of learning this game by doing it.
Hey, look at that. So maybe we can grab the flag now.
Congratulations. And now, James, you will become the driver, and I
All
will
right.
give you record permission. Let me give it to you. There you go. And it's asking if I trust this user. I kind of do.
I wouldn't.
Okay, so who wants to navigate now?
I can do it.
All right, Mikkel.
You have a preference on 2 or 3?
No, or maybe in order.
Okay.
Now,
Let's go to.
listen to whatever the navigator says as we go forward. If somebody expresses their intent, we try to fulfill that intent as we go forward. And now, what would you like to try?
Hmm. So where wall is you. So we are a wall. Flag is stop. So we are trapped by flag. So let's disconnect flag is stop so that we can move.
Ooh.
Notice how good of a high level of instruction that was. Let's disconnect, flag, and stop. Now, what can you do? You can experiment.
Yeah, can you try move out of the flag
There you go.
area? Okay, so now we need to set up the win condition. So what could be win? Uh, let's try Baba is win. But do we have Baba on the screen anywhere? I don't see actually.
Very observant.
But so what else can be a win? We don't. Oh, so flag is win. Let's. Can you try pushing flag is and win together? Or let's try Baba is win. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. And so do we have? But we don't have Baba. So maybe. Do you see Baba anywhere?
I
Yeah.
don't.
Let's do flag is win. Um, and then touch a flag.
Now, whoever's going to be the next driver should be thinking about volunteering as soon as we're ready for it. And there's
Hey, that
congratulations. This is like AI. It's always telling you congratulations. You are so smart. All right, do we have someone else who would like to navigate?
I
And
can navigate. Better
okay.
before it gets too tricky, right?
Yeah, it's going to get worse and worse. So I've got to give the control to Cal, and there you have it. And let's make sure you can navigate. And Miriam, you'll guide. You are the navigator.
I think let's go to 3 next.
And remember, these little
Hmm.
words is reminding you of what the problem is.
Oh,
So I
rock
didn't
is,
mention this earlier. I got to mention real quick. The Z key will undo, and you can always undo everything. So you don't need to worry too much if you die or if some problem happens. All right.
well, now I kind of want to try to, you know, drown. But water is sink, rock is push. Oh, you did it.
So
I
what you
didn't
said
mean that
was
to
an
be a direction, but that makes
well,
sense.
you made a request. You
And
now I
it was
think
fulfilled.
our driver is moving too much. Our driver has to wait to follow instructions. All
Well, what
right,
I was
so
gonna say is rock is push and water is sink, so maybe we push the water away, which I think is where you're headed, perhaps.
yeah, the driver always just follows instructions, doesn't do anything directly on their own without instruction. All righty, please go on.
So it seems like the rock disappeared when you hit one uh piece of water, and we have one more rock and 2 waters in front of the flag. So I wonder if we should instead change around the words in that bottom right. Like maybe make rock the win condition? What do you think?
Well, you don't need to ask what do they think because you're the one doing the thinking. You never ask it. Well,
Oh, I
nowadays you
meant
do.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Now there is a bit of a lag, so we have to, remember that. Now it's implied what to do next, but you could say it out loud so everybody follows along, Miriam.
Well, let's go see if we win when we get back to our rock, which now has little effects on it. I'm
So
optimistic.
these are little learnings that we're having. Somebody write those down as we go. You could put them in the chat. It's good to be paying attention to what have we learned. Now Miriam's going to become our driver. So you can see this process is pretty straightforward and pretty easy. So I'm going to give you a control. Whoops. I didn't click on the right thing. There we go. There you are. All right, you should be able
Okay.
to move things. And who wants to be? We have a few people who haven't navigated yet. Let's have you step forward. One of you who has not
I can
navigated.
try.
All righty. And you're Anna. Anna. Am I
Yes.
saying that right, or you prefer Anna?
Yes.
Anna.
Perfect.
Very good. Please guide.
Okay, so let's go with 4.
Now we're going to see these puzzles get a little harder as we go, still out of reach. But I will warn you this, it gets really, I think there's 250 puzzles or something. It gets really hard. Okay, please, you just express the experiments you want to try, and we'll see if Miriam can drive for you.
Oh,
Now let's
sorry.
not do anything without
I didn't mean
instruction.
to.
But that is a good direction, I believe. We need to move the rocks and move from this trap. Let's try this way. Yeah. I believe we will need to move the text on the top.
So this is good. High level instruction. And what are you thinking? Now we can experiment to see what we do.
What text do you want me to move?
We did last time. It was rock is win. Yeah. I believe we didn't have Baba is win.
You want me to make it Baba's win?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a direction to push these because they're in the corner. Yeah. I can't get a good angle on the words.
It does not work. Okay.
So what's the next
Some
experiment?
some tip, yeah. It does not work this way. Okay. Rock is push. Let's go to the flag with one rock to the right. Yeah.
Oh no.
You died. So Z is undo. So you can
All right.
undo as much as you want. Not just one turn. You can undo
Oh.
all you want.
Okay, so it's not working. Rock is push. Let's try to move win maybe. The same way.
Move win?
Yeah. No, because we cannot move. You already told you do not
They're
have
stuck in the corner.
Yeah, they're stuck. Okay, so my guess is we need to go in the middle to the flag, but it's not working with the rock. And if we put 2 rocks, will it work?
You want me to put 2 rocks next to each
Yeah.
other? Okay.
Yes. Let's check this one.
Keep going.
Yes, please go. No, it's not working. How we can go inside? Okay, what about word push? If you use the same way the word push.
So push it into the skulls.
Yeah, let's push it to the. No. It's not working.
I'm gonna put it back
That, yeah.
eventually.
How we can get the flag?
Okay, so I'm going to open this up a little bit. So normally when I'm teaching how to work this way, we start out with this very strict rule that only the navigator can talk. Then eventually we get to the point where we offer the navigator can ask for some advice from someone else. Does somebody have an idea? And then one person offers that idea to the navigator, and the navigator then navigates the driver. So we're not yet giving control of navigation to someone else, but would you like an idea from someone else?
Yes, please.
So somebody can offer, maybe by putting up your hand. Yeah,
I have an
Ben
idea.
is,
Okay.
so now it's up to you, Anna, to say, yes, Ben, give me your idea.
Yes,
And then it's up to
Ben.
you to decide whether you want to try it or not. And Ben will graciously not be offended if you decide not to try what you ask. So Ben had an idea. Ben, if you want to share it.
I noticed two things. One is that we can change the logic applied to the puzzle by changing the statements, and you've already seen that. But the second thing is at the very start of the level, we learned that multiple rocks can be pushed at once. And I suspect that if we put those two things together, we could push multiple rocks to break the skull is defeat logic.
So
Do you
you
want me to
propose,
try?
yeah.
So go ahead, Anna. Anna, do you think you understand what Ben is saying?
I would like to check. Do
Okay.
you mean put 3 rocks and which statement?
The logic statement that I think is the key to this is skull is defeat. I could be wrong, but I think if we can break that statement with
Okay.
multiple rocks, that might change something. I don't know if we'll win, but it might change something.
So what would it specifically change if it follows the logic you're saying? What would it change?
I believe it could change what skull means.
Okay, so
So
that's a high level idea that Anna can now navigate Miriam into doing. So Anna, can you guide that?
Okay, so let's push this defeat by 3 rocks.
Okay.
At least we
Defeat.
need 2, I believe, because
And
if you
remember, it's always undoable. So we could try many, many experiments
3,
and
we need
and
3 of them because it will not move if we
I gotcha. I'm just slow.
that's okay because there is a lot of lag, but actually it's a real blessing to everyone else to learn to be more patient.
Hey!
yeah.
Puzzle solved. So we've learned a few things here, and I think we'll take a moment to reflect. Has anybody been putting into the chat what we've been learning? And if not, could somebody, I see there are some things in chat, and I haven't been paying attention to it. So does anybody want to, what did we learn? I see sparkle is win. That tells us that's the winning thing. We can change logic statements, Ben is saying. We can push multiple rocks in a row. Baba can push multiple items. We can't pull, it seems. And of course, everything you think is a limitation here later in the game, it's going to find a way to release those limitations in different ways. So it's a pretty complex game. What else? What else did we learn? What did we learn about working with each other?
It's good to collect opinions from the crowd.
So working solo is often like what we started with. We can't turn to anyone for help. And when we do, it's usually through an email and we don't get an answer until after lunch. And then we've already wasted 3 hours. So working together is pretty cool. High level intent shared first is empowering. Thanks for sharing that, Sandra, because this is what we found. That gets us on in the same headspace. We may not yet understand each other, but we're driving towards understanding. So I'm going to make, so Anna, you will become the navigator now. I mean, the driver now. And let's see if I can get you in there. And I'm going to appoint Ben as being the next navigator since you were already involved in this. So let's
Oh
have you.
dear.
And I think we still have a couple more who haven't navigated. But let's go ahead and do that. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to not take a leap in difficulty. So could we do the next number in the sequence?
So you kind of naturally gravitated to that from the very first when we had options. And I'll just tell you now, if you do them in order, almost every puzzle teaches you something you're going to need soon. So it's good to do them in order. Otherwise, you're trying to learn too much. And maybe that's a lesson about life. I don't know. Sometimes you just jump in with both feet. Okay, take it away, Ben.
So first thing is I'd like to read the logic for the puzzle. So at the very top left, I'm seeing wall is stop. Okay, we know walls. Baba is you, checks out. Rock is push. Okay, so we can move rocks. That's good to know. Baba is melt. Lava is hot. Okay, I think I see the new thing here. Um, okay, could you escape the current wall prison by moving the rock?
Check it
Oh, do you
out.
have control?
I
There
believe
you go.
because
Yes, you do. Okay.
yes.
Now that was
Okay.
a good, very high level instruction.
Which I should move.
Oh no, it looks like we just fell into a trap
Yeah.
uh where we broke the logic statement, Baba is you, by trying to escape. I think we got caught by the game, smart game. Um, could you undo the last move with Z? Excellent. Okay. Now this is really tricky because I'm not sure what to do next. So it seems like we can only play with this logic statement currently.
Now there is a hand up offering help. So I will state this.
Ah,
Once we started allowing help, you can say, I'd like to figure this out for myself, or you can say, well, let me hear an idea. So
okay.
it's up to you.
Oh, Alex, I saw your hand go up first. I would love your help.
Okay, great. So as we know, you can move multiple items at the same time.
Oh, you just solved it. Thank you so much, Alex. So, for our dear driver, Anna, it looks to me like we could move the entire statement, Baba is you, from left to right like you're doing right now. Perfect. Ah, okay. Thank you, Alex. That was a great suggestion. And now, Anna, could we
We are
escape
stuck.
this? We are st we are
We
stuck. Can we go down at all?
let's okay.
Oh, okay.
This
Excellent.
this is okay.
And can we move the rock to escape? Yes, it does look like we can do that. Okay. Excellent. All right, so just thinking out loud here, it looks like flag is win is the win condition here. I see Baba is melt, lava is hot. So I imagine if we walked into the lava, we would melt. Could you test
So
that, Anna?
thank you for asking that.
Let's test it.
Ah, okay. All right. So the
So
game
these are
isn't trying to
I'm going to
trick
point
us.
out a learning opportunity here. Do the experiments, see the failure. You will learn something. You don't learn unless you try. You can talk about, I think I will melt. Well, let's see if we will melt because we can
Yeah.
always undo. And this is just like writing code. We can try things
Excellent.
and undo them. So go ahead.
Excellent. Excellent. Could I request maybe hitting Z a couple times just to get the rock out of the lava, just in case? I don't know what that might do for us, but it's good to have there we go. Perfect. Okay, now I'm trying to think about what we could change about rock is push and the free floating lava there. And I'll be honest, I'm so nervous in front of everybody that I would love some help if anyone has ideas. Because I
Okay,
know,
before we take that help, I'm going to make another point because you just did a technique that's really good. You can ask for help. So sometimes people just putting their hands up and they're offering to help. So we can do both. We can offer to help, and then it's up to the navigator. This is a really important lesson. We have to pay attention to our fellow teammates. Now there are three hands up right now, but they're in order. I think of Carolina and Miriam, and then
yeah,
Chris. So we'll take them in order. But these are important things to understand about teamwork. We haven't opened up all the limitations yet, but we're going to get there. Alrighty. So go ahead, Ben.
Excellent. Yeah, Caroline, I saw your hand go up last time and I didn't call on you, so I'd love to hear your opinion on this one. What do you think we could do?
Okay, so hello, can you hear me well? Because I
Can hear
have
you
some
great.
had some issues. Okay, great. So I thought that we could do something like maybe crazy. Like, could you change and put rock as lava? I don't know, and maybe then lava wouldn't be lava anymore.
That
So
sounds
there's
like
an
something we
experiment
would
to
learn
try,
from.
right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. So when we're working as a team, we try every idea and we do it real directly and quickly. We don't argue about it. We don't think about it. We just try it. We're going to get a learning because we can always undo. It's just
And
like
that
life.
sounds
You jump off a cliff. Oh no, I want to undo
Wait.
that. Yeah.
And I'd love to find out the answer to the question here. Could I ask you to make the statement say rock is lava?
The lag in
Okay.
this thing is really good at teaching us to be a little bit more patient.
Okay, rock is lava. Okay, it does appear that the rock is lava. If Anna, if you wanted to test that, do you want to try to push the former rock and see if it is actually lava? Okay. Checks out.
So we learned something, right? Be sure to capture the things we're learning.
Excellent. And thank you for hitting Z. Okay, perfect. So now I would love another idea. Miriam, I think you were next in the list. What would you like to try?
Um, I'm wondering if we can use those words and say lava is push and enable ourselves to push the lava instead of getting burnt.
Oh, okay. That sounds excellent. So, Anna, it looks like we can move the word is to make the statement lava is push.
So that's a
Can you
good high
take
level instruction, and we can just let Anna figure out how to do that.
excellent.
We don't need to say, now go to the left, now go to the right, which nobody has been saying, but we gave the high level instruction. She can figure out how to make that.
Oh, excellent. I forgot that you can move multiple things.
Too much. Too much.
You can always Z to reverse. Yeah.
To the left, to the right. Take it back now, y'all.
Yeah, it's a good dance instruction.
Excellent. Lava is push. Amazing. Okay,
Now
let's
you just say that
see
the next thing out loud, right? What do you want to do?
if we. I'd love to see if we could push some lava. I wonder how many lava we can push at once. So push to the right as hard as you can.
So everyone notice that Ben is expressing a lot of ideas out loud, and that's what helps us. We think out loud. When we get good at thinking out loud, this is perfect. This is something soon the game will tell us congratulations.
Amazing. Anna, go for the win.
There you go. Now this brings up a couple good things. So congratulations. And Ben, I'll make you the driver. And who
Well
hasn't
done,
yet
Anna.
navigate? I'm going to need to have control of this. So let me do that. Hold on. So Ben, you're now the driver. Who wants to navigate? We still have uh
Yeah, I can give it a try. Anita, yeah.
okay, Anita, excellent.
Yeah.
Now we can already see we have more than 5 people participating. This works, this kind of working together can work with a number of people. The fewest that you can do this with is probably 2. I suppose you could do it alone, but that would be a little weird. But we can do this. We've had it with groups. I remember in our work, I think we had 14 people once because we needed knowledge from 14 different people on a big problem. And we all gathered together, worked together, wrote the code, solve the issue. So let's go ahead and I'll have you guide Anita. Excuse me,
Yeah.
you're guiding Ben.
Yeah, let's go to the sixth one.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, look at that rule. I mean, that's a little hint. Off limits.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so just reading all the statements first. Rock is stop, skull is death, flag is win, Baba is you, wall is stop. So,
Okay.
okay, yeah, yeah, we need to get to the flag, but we can't navigate out, right, from here. I mean, we can navigate out of this the first wall barrier, right? Can we try that?
Like
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, and one more maybe, but
Okay.
can we try maybe moving the wall is stop? I don't know if it will work.
Okay. Just break the statement.
Yeah.
So Ben is offering an idea. We can call this break the statement, right? We're going to break this logic statement. So that's what she was suggesting. You can go ahead and do it.
Yep. So
Ha.
now, so can we now go out of the wall? Is it possible? It's
Aha.
possible, right? Okay.
Okay.
So how do we get to the flag? What is that?
So experiment, try things. The first thing that comes to mind is worth trying.
Okay. Um, yeah, so um this rock also is stop, right? So um is it possible to move that wall out? Like I mean, are we able to actually move the words completely out of
Oh,
the
like
wall?
this?
Down, yeah. Oh, it does, but okay.
We can.
But it okay. But it would still work. It won't I mean change the skull, right?
Like if
So
I
you're
move
you're
stop
you're
to
thinking out
skull?
loud, and it's good to think out loud. And right now, nobody answers the questions that are asked out loud. What happens when we say things out loud? It brings everyone along in our thought process. Now, in real work, we might be asking each other these things, and we'll move to that in a few minutes. But right now, thinking out loud is good. You can say, well, we could try this, we could try that, and then we go ahead and try them. And if you can't think of anything to try, um, I think there's a big rule that we're seeing here. And that big rule is you can rearrange the rules, right? So nobody's put that into the, uh, but Miriam said, I'm noticing the location of the walls and words can sometimes be hints. So I see a hand up. Miriam, Anita, are you ready to ask for
Yeah,
assistance?
yeah. I would like some help, yeah.
All right. So what I'm thinking here is we're not going to be able to get over to all of the rule chain, all of those conditions, rocket stop,
Right.
skull defeat. We're not going to be able to get there. But can we become another object? So can we become a wall?
So that's the high level intent. Let's become a wall.
Yeah. Yeah, we can try that. Let's see what happens then.
Baba is wall?
Yeah, Baba as well.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We can become a wall.
I didn't
Can we
I
work.
pick
become?
What about wall is you?
There we go.
There we go.
Oh.
So just by trying things, we learned something, and I would like to see put as much learnings into the chat as possible. Now it's
Oh my
experiment with
gosh.
this. What do you do?
Are you able to move? No?
Okay. I'll move.
Up. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Shall I get the win?
But how do you get there? Because
Miriam,
this,
Carolina, you want to throw
yeah,
something
would you
in?
like to help? Yeah. I I was thinking, I don't know if it's possible, but to take the word stop and put it next to skull is stop, then you can push the skull.
Ah,
But I don't know if it's possible.
Well, we're in the middle of one experiment. I suggest we finish that experiment and then try the next one. So,
So
Anita, do you have a direction? Do you have an intent?
yeah, so I think moving like when we did Wallace U, it's actually the skull is even destroying the wall. So
It looks like Miriam's got a hint to give.
yeah, yeah, Miriam, could you help me out?
Well, I'm just curious, if you moved it down, would it hit the flag and win because y
Oh,
wall is you?
because you are okay. Yeah, let's try that, moving it down.
Well, there you
Oh,
go.
There it
nice.
is.
So I did this with my grandson when I think he was about 7 years old, and he figured out everything before I could. So try and re-energize the 7-year-old inside of you, and you will get these answers easier. We put limitations on ourselves that sometimes, and it just means experiment, experiment, experiment. So Anita, I will make you the driver now,
Okay.
and I think that there's a couple that left who haven't yet been the a navigator. I think Carolina and Alex have not. So we'll do that, and then we'll do some reflection, and then we'll see if we want to continue. So let's go ahead. Navigate
Okay, I
away.
may try
Yes.
7, please. Yeah.
Is it enter?
Yes. Should be.
Mhm. Yeah, must be a lag, I guess. On my side.
Let me try and get it going there. And make sure that your arrow keys are working for you.
Yeah.
These are still relatively simple puzzles, but what we're learning here will become invaluable as we progress. So we already seen a pattern of work. Say out loud what you think the rules are, what you think you can change, what you've got to work with, what you can't change. These are the things that gets the whole team thinking about the same thing. So we're all focused on what are we going to do when we're navigating and how are we going to help right now?
Okay. Could you check if you can cross, like go over the wall? Wall.
This, oh, over the wall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
introducing different things as we go, but that's perfect. This is the kind of experiments to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Could you somehow break the rule grass is stop? Like, could you go there? Mm. And check if you can break it somehow, like push one word.
No, it's not working.
Could you push like three words, like from the bottom to the top
Okay.
and see what happens? Higher, 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 higher.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and you can go further, right?
No.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, so maybe we have to do something. Ooh, mm, could you
Look at
push
that. That
the
was
flag?
I love that.
Could you
Sorry?
push the flag and like exchange it? Like, write Baba is flag?
Okay, you want me to change this statement, right? Flag.
Like, could you take the flag?
Okay,
No, like the icon.
Ah,
okay.
Yeah, and like, oh, you can't. Okay, so can you somehow take the letters Baba is
So give the whole higher level of intent. What is it you want to try? Not move and move this or move that, but what is the big idea that you want to try?
Okay, I want to try to match the word Baba is flag, the icon flag.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah, so could you like
Oh,
not exactly. Could you take the words Baba is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, go up and then left. Up, up. Right. Up. Yeah. And then push it to the icon, flag icon. Yes, and then can you like take, oh yeah, push it further. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm. Further. Nothing happened. Okay. I
there
don't
are
know.
some people offering help if you would like to hear an idea.
Yeah, I see. Alexi was first one, right? So could
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. So I think you need to make a statement flag is win. So you just need to take that is from the middle of the phrase and put it there. But first you need to go back a lot. Like now flag is trapped, the word flag. Yeah, so you need to make Z, all kind
You
of
could just do a R. I think a R completely
complete Z.
resets it.
Yeah, I'll make R.
Yes is good. Now you got a fresh thing to do, but
Yeah,
you don't want to navigate. Just give give oh
yeah. So
shoot.
idea is to move is to make a phrase flag is win. Okay. And if I may suggest, I think the easiest way is to just move the whole phrase flag win to the right out of the wall and then add is somehow there.
I was wondering how could I do that, and that's the answer. Move it out of the wall. Yeah.
Yep.
Now there are other hands up, but we're in the middle of an experiment. So we try the experiment, then we try the next idea. What do we learn from this? Yeah. So what's your high level idea, Carolina?
I'm just following the Alexi instructions. Like I think that he may be right. So now you have to take the word is from Baba is you and put it between flag and win.
Now internally, some people might be thinking, wait, that's not going to work, but we just go ahead and see it. The experiment is worth doing, even if we think it's going to fail.
oh,
Baba is, oh,
So you can undo a
okay.
little bit, and then I would say it would be good if Carolina, if you have an idea of what to do next, what would you like to try?
I wish I knew.
So there's a hand up, a couple hands up. So Chris
Chris,
is next.
could you help me?
Yeah, absolutely. What I'm thinking is the Baba is you and flag is win. Flag is win is definitely a good idea. I think we need that, but we have to share the is, right? So we got to kind of make flag is win and Baba as you the same object.
That could work.
So
Yeah, so could you like take flag and put it up and then win, put it at the bottom.
now that's a good high level instruction, and we'll
Yeah.
see it unfold, and then we don't need to say anything more than that. This is like when you get in a taxi cab. So while this is being done, I'll kind of do this little bit of a teaching. When you're in the taxi cab, you don't go put your foot over the accelerator pedal. Now press down slowly. We don't give that level of instruction. So we will guide when we see the taxi cab driver driving in the wrong direction, and he might say, "Oh, well, I know a shortcut," or something like that, or I know how to, maximize the amount of fare. But yeah, so you get the picture. So I think what we're seeing right now is that the instruction is being followed, and this gives us a chance to think about what are we going to do next if this doesn't work? What would be the next experiment? Usually when we're working as a group, we like to share all of our ideas at the same time. It's kind of good to just let them unfold. It's not always the best thing. We're learning.
You can pull it, right?
You can't pull,
Ah.
but you can push. You can undo, and it looks like you're pulling.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're learning the ins and outs of the interface. It's like learning a programming language or something. Ooh, there's the
Yay.
sparkles. And we know what to do. We don't even need to give the instruction, go get the flag, because we know that's what we're trying to do. Excellent. So there's a couple more navigators. There were some hands up, but your ideas probably were what we ended up doing anyways. Who would like to? So let's see, I'll make Carolina the driver, and there's, I think, one or two people who've not yet navigated, maybe just one. Alex?
Yeah.
I haven't been an official
Oh,
navigator, but I'm
Chris
good.
too. So let's go Chris first and then Alex. Because now the problems are going to get really hard. What would you like to do?
Oh, well, I don't even know what that symbol is. It's not an 8. What is that? Is that a squid? Or can we go to the,
Yeah,
what is that thing?
these old style icons can be a little bit cryptic,
Is
but
that
let's find out. I mean,
a squid?
guide to find out. What do you want to try?
Sure, let's go to the squid looking guy.
Here, right?
It
Yeah.
says the lake.
The lake, huh? Okay. Let's see what
How?
this is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The lake. Okay.
So that was good. You can
I,
enter the lake and then let Chris guide you.
yeah. Okay.
Where is, whoa. The game has changed.
Yeah, we're in a new series of puzzles.
Let's see. Don't see any logic or anything. What are we? Are we the crab? Can you try and just move an arrow to see what moves? Oh, it's just another level thing. Okay, yeah. I guess we're going into the one. I'm sitting here looking for Baba, thinking it would be
Icy
awesome.
waters. So let's see what we learn here. Oh yeah, nothing but difficult. So out
Baba
loud,
is
what do you
you.
see here? What do you think is possible?
Baba is you and sync. Hmm. Okay. First thing I want to find out is, can we cross what looks like water into where it says wall?
Okay.
That
I'm
was a good
going.
high level of instruction. So yeah, there we go. You can guide further, Chris, if you ever think you need to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, let's Z. Let's come back, come back out of that so we can't cross the water. Baba can't swim right now. Can we move, get sync out of that statement, please?
There was, again, a good high level of instruction.
So now can we get to the wall? The same thing we did before?
Sorry.
So we can walk on the water now. Hey, look at that! Baba is apparently a 2,000-year-old deity. He can walk on water. Cool. Uh, so what? Oh, okay. We probably cannot cross the squids, but we're only going to know if we try that. Can you try? Okay, they're jellyfish, I guess, because now I see it in the top. Jelly is sink. So we'll probably have the same thing happen. Can you try and just let's see what happens if you touch one of those jellies? Okay. So the jellies kill us. That's not fun. All right. Hmm.
Out loud, Chris.
Yeah, I'm staring at it at this point. I might be asking for phone
So,
or
but
footage
one
here.
thing that helps is to even say, I don't understand this, or I don't see an idea here. What can we do?
Yeah.
Somebody who's really observant will notice that when you move, when you take an action, more than just one thing happens. Like Baba disappeared, but what else disappeared? That kind of thing. So people might be looking at what are the things we're not noticing that that could be clues. Now,
Yeah, I'm
somebody will
open to
notice and it's not been expressed yet, is what I mean.
yeah, I'm open to help on this one.
Look at all those brains thinking, oh, there's some help.
Alex, fire away.
Yeah, I don't have a full idea, but I noticed that there is a wall in the middle. The word wall is in the middle of the water. That suggests we can do something with that. Like Baba is wall, but I'm not sure that will help. Oh, yeah.
I actually like the idea of doing that. Can we take wall and put it at the end of that statement, Baba is you and wall? Let's see what that does.
Yeah, so there you go. That is worth trying. And there's an experiment. We try it and then we try the next idea. So,
Yeah,
driver,
I've actually forgot who's driving.
Carolina, am I right?
I will try.
I think that's who. Yeah. Oh, did we lose our driver?
In that case,
Looks
I
like
can
it,
make
yeah.
anybody a driver if we've lost our driver. I think she's having technical difficulties. I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
I
So let
can
me
do
give
it.
control to who would like to. Let's just go ahead and give it to Alex. I'm going to give you driving capability, and then you follow. And then once we've done this experiment, we'll hear what you might have to suggest. But go ahead, navigate. You should be able to do it now.
Yeah, Alex, can you move?
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Now I move.
Yeah, I think the idea we were trying was adding a wall to the Baba is you and wall.
Now, often there will be multiple ideas coming forward at the same time. And what I like to suggest that we do is just simply note them to ourselves and bring them up when they're appropriate. Okay, Caroline is coming back. She's back. Do you
Sorry,
still
I
have control?
disappeared.
Did I take control from you, Alex? Hello, Carolina.
I do not.
So I gave control to Alex,
No
but
worries.
after he finishes this experiment, oh, who's doing it?
Me, Alex.
Okay. Now you can hold you should be able to hold the arrow key down and get multiple moves at the same time. Is this the intent that you had, Chris?
I was trying to get the statement to stay the same. Baba is you and wall. And I've actually got another idea now, so just want to see how
Okay,
this
Okay.
we'll try one
Yeah,
idea at a time. So
Yeah.
let's finish out the idea we were trying.
You might have to Z back to get this
Yeah.
space.
You should be able to hold the Z key down. I'm not sure if that's working in this environment.
Yeah, because what we
Just
want to do
a
is.
couple of more. Yeah.
Oh, are you pulling?
No, that's
No,
undo.
that's Z.
Oh, that was the Z. Okay. Wait a minute. We're allowed to pull in this level?
Yeah. Z magic.
Now, I didn't originate the idea of using Baba as you, and I have to apologize to whoever originally told me this. Oh, look at that. Baba is you and wall.
Yeah, I cannot move now. I just
Okay.
became part of the wall.
Okay, I'm going to give Carolina, do you want the control back? Because you were the driver. I'll give it back to you if you want.
I was, but I don't know. My internet got I got some distractions, so maybe Alex could continue.
Okay, we'll continue like this for right now. If
Yeah, sorry.
Chris,
Yeah, I got another idea.
okay, go ahead.
I want to use. So I noticed in the chat someone said Anita mentioned that when something sinks, it disappears. Like the water also disappears. So what I'm wondering is, can we use wall now that we can walk on water? Can we use wall to break through the squids?
Okay, so your instruction would be try to use wall to break through the squid,
Well, yeah,
right? So
But you
let's do
mean
that.
for me to push the wall?
yeah. The wall element. Can we push the wall?
word.
Okay.
The word wall.
itself?
Ah, the word wall. Okay. I was trying to push actual wall. Just 2 more seconds. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, great. What should I do next?
Congratulations. So we have one more person. Alex, I think it's you has not yet navigated. So
Yeah.
we go back into our rotation, and Chris, you're going to become the driver, and Alex, you will be the navigator. And we'll do one more puzzle, then we'll do some reflection. And you can see this is kind of a fun thing to do. And I've used this with teams of people who never programmed in their life so they can learn the ropes, learn how this goes. So, Alex, guide.
Yeah. Go to number 2 this time.
Yes, trying to do that now.
Oh, maybe I got to. Oh, there. Yeah, you got it.
There it goes. Just a little delay.
Yeah, and then enter, I guess, to 1 time. To get inside.
Is it not accepting your enters?
Not
Let
accepting
me click
my
in
enter.
here. Try it one more time. So Miriam is putting in words can be used for logic or as objects in the game. These are the kind of learnings that we're having. I'm going to hit the enter to make that happen.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's not accepting it. It might be you're on a Mac and I have a Windows. I don't know. Okay, now we've come into a really difficult puzzle. This is the first one that I think is extra challenging.
Extra challenging. Thank you.
So, Alex, what would you like to try? Experiment.
Okay, first I need to read. Yes, so skull is defeat. Baba is you. Flag is win. That's usual. Star is sink. Now we get star. Rock is push. We have extra end. Crab. Words. Wall is stop. Okay. So first Baba there, wall is stop. Yeah, so you cannot walk through the wall, so you need to push that rock and go out of that cave. Okay, now what? So the flag is outside of the wall. I think I need to kind of remove the wall somehow, kind of. But wall statement, wall is stop is also outside of the wall. Great. What else? Inside the walls, I have skull, crab, and star. Okay, push. I can push 2 rocks and the word end. And what it's gonna give me? Ooh. Crab is you would be a good idea. Okay, to win.
Now, I
Okay,
like it
so
that you're
my
thinking out loud. This is,
yeah.
everybody's kind of getting a feel for where your brain is. This is really useful.
Okay, I think the best idea would be to make a phrase crab is you and then move the crab. So now to do that, we need to remove skull and the star somehow outside of those walls. Boom. Rocks. Okay, if you use a few rocks, skull is defeat.
The driver just lets the navigator guide. They don't need to do anything.
What if I use this end statement? So star, I can do star is push, okay? And then push the star. Okay, please make this phrase star is push.
Oh,
Too much, Z. We can also make and what? And nothing. And rock? No, doesn't. And sink. But it's not cool.
So,
Okay.
Alex, I'm going to give you a little bit of a direction. Start experimenting. There's a lot that you can think through, but see what each
Okay.
little step does for you. Yeah.
Okay, please try now to push this star into the skull. So we see what happens. Nothing. Okay, and now you're dead. Great. Ding, 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 ding.
Now there is a
I mean-
hand up. Are you ready to hear anything? You still are experimenting.
Yeah, I think I can listen to Michael.
Put the star over the skull and then change it back to star is sync.
And how it's gonna help is then you sing.
It will destroy
you
the
mean
skull.
destroy
So
the skull.
we let the
Okay.
navigator navigate us. We
Okay,
don't take the
okay.
instructions from one of the helpers. But
Okay,
go
good
ahead.
idea. Let's try. So now we are here. Now you need to make what? Star is sync. So just, yeah. Stop. Okay, great. Now they disappear. So now we need to make crab is you, but we need to remove that baba word, I guess. Crab and baba is you, for example. That's what we can do.
Now that's a good high level of instruction. And if Chris, you're driving, right? If you think you can accomplish that, you just do it. Right?
Oh, I have detailed instructions how to make it. What do you want?
well, yeah, go for that because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make crab is you
Detailed.
as well.
So you go along to that crab. Don't push it. Push it from back to from down to top. Like you try. Okay, you go under the crab and push it up just one step. No, not from here. You go in the middle. You go close to crab. Stop. Then you go down and just make one push up for that crab. Stop. Yeah, now you go back and you need to take that end word and move it all the way under the crab.
So this is pretty good collaboration here. And that the whole team is staying on top of it. We are all getting the learning of this, which you wouldn't get if you were working solo. No one else would get the learning. This is one of the huge benefits of working as a team, is we get the learning together.
Stop. Yeah, now go up. Yeah, and push it down. Go up, 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 and push whole thing down. Yes. Okay, great. Can you move now down? So crab goes. Yeah, great. You can move the crab now. Thank
Congratulations. So, first of all, these puzzles are fun, but let's do a bit of reflection. Normally I would use a whiteboard for this, but I think today we'll put it in the chat and I'll read them out. The first thing I'd like to ask is, what was a big learning for you here today? Let's just capture that. And of course, one thing for me is I get a lot of fun out of this. So this was certainly fun for me. But
Yeah.
think about this for a minute and put it into the chat, and I'll read them out once they're in there. What's a big learning that you got from this today? And I think I can stop the share of the screen now. We're not going to play. I don't think we're going to play this any longer. We want to keep playing, right? But that's the way work is. I see, James, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I was just going to speak to something I thought was cool today. So I'm at work. I teach mobbing as well, so I'm going to probably borrow this facilitation technique to do that. I think this is a lot of fun.
Oh, excellent. So this is a big learning. This is what I find when I go to participate in things. I have things that I can take back with me and try, that's a good thing. So let's see, we're getting some other things in the chat. Let me open up the chat. Okay. So we got lots of learnings about how we would work when trying an experiment. Notice the other people's ideas that come up, then hold on to them until the next chance to experiment. So often what we'll do is we'll divert from the experiment we're doing to try something else, but I think it's good to finish the thing out. That's good to do. I often find myself thinking, where is he going? And then being pleasantly surprised. I've seen this with senior people often going, I don't think that's going to work. Oh, it did work, so it's like we don't yet understand what we're really trying till we actually try it. High-level instruction instead of precise instructions. Each experiment's an occasion to learn. Failure is easily undone. This is very good, and this is what Anna was sharing. This is really a good point when we're thinking about the way our work goes. A lot of times it's like we're not allowed to fail. Well, failure can be the best learning experiment. One or two people are not always enough to solve the puzzle. You ask for help from the other people. That they are there to answer is what makes this work so quickly. Sometimes things I think won't work. For example, I didn't think the crab would be able to move if Bava it didn't in the last one. So it's always worth trying the other ideas. We limit ourselves by thinking, oh, that won't work. Whenever we think that won't work, that's a good time to experiment to see if it's true that that won't work. This strict style of collaboration is fun, worth exploring how to apply it in real problems. Now, we didn't completely release the rules, and we could try this one more time if we wanted to spend the time. We're really running out of time. But we could move it out where nobody is the assigned navigator, that whoever feels it's appropriate for them to navigate, the person that's currently navigating kind of finishes and says, well, let me navigate for a bit, and they navigate. So we rotate the driver, in this case, at the end of every puzzle. But yeah, you don't need to use this strict method that we were using here. The strictness here is what makes it possible to start learning these techniques. But then once we're good at letting other people finish out their idea and then switching, it's easy to do that. Let's see. A solution that worked the first time doesn't necessarily work the second time. That's right. This is the complex space. Something we thought would work no longer works. So 1 + 1 = 2. The next time 1 + 1 equals, infinity. We don't know. Sharing your intent with others is a skill. It takes practice. I love this, Ben. You need to practice sharing your ideas. Whiteboards are really great at that higher level of intent, but that's like prompting with AI. Ask the driver if he can use just high-level instruction or need more detailed route. You can always because sometimes if the driver is stumped, they'll need a little bit more detail. So we use 3 levels. The highest level of intent, it could be a pretty big space because we can refine the intent. But the next thing is actually instructions. Go to the left, go to the right. And then the last is, location. So we say over there where the crab is. So there's different levels that we can be using here. Practicing patient and seeing others learn and grow while not the driver or navigator is also fun. This is really important. This helps us learn to be patient. You should do this with your 6-year-old grandson, because you really want to be patient with them, and that teaches you patience. Don't do it with your kids. You'll just get mad, but do it with your grandson, okay? So let's go on. Even when we are not the navigator or driver, you can learn how to solve the problems from the idea or the general aha moments of others. This is where we get to take the advantage of everyone's insights, which we almost never get when we're working solo. including the people who are helping the navigator. So we did pretty good with the helpers. As a driver, we often want to just follow the instruction of the helper, but in the stricter way that we were doing it, we wait for the navigator to guide us. After a while, it's okay to let the everybody take, navigation whenever they feel they need to. I learned how to more effectively coach a mobbing session. So, James, this is a good point, but I want to really make it clear. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So, experiment with the things that I shared, but don't think that I'm doing it the right way. I'm just doing it as one possible way. I have
Sure,
to always
sure.
be careful of that. When I was first teaching how to do mob programming, the very first workshop I did, I didn't know what to do. That was way back in 2013. The first mob programming workshop, but there was somebody at a company that asked me to come in and do a workshop, and I said, "Oh, I don't know how to do it." And he said, "I'll help you." And so he had some good ideas, and they're pretty much still to this day the things I use. But today I was a little pushy. Normally I would let people struggle more. Yeah, but if you only have an hour or two, you kind of push things along. See, even when we're not okay. Well, apparently, Mikhail put in that there's a discount on the game right now. This is a good game to play alone. It is a good game to play with others, and you can do it in ways that are not the same as what I did. Mob programming or teamwork doesn't need to be the model that we shared today. There are many ways to work as a team. Uh, when to buy it, and it said I already own this. Oh, you already have it, James. There you go. Yeah, so who knows? I'm gonna buy it and play with your niece. Yes, this is a good thing. Nieces are just as good as grandchildren. This seems like a really good, logical, creative game for kids. Uh, Kids who get into it, they will amaze you. Um, I was thinking about that too, James. You say my kids struggle to communicate effectively with each other. Yeah, that doesn't go away. Okay, let's go. Might try this if I don't come to work tomorrow. Okay. If I don't come to work tomorrow, it's because they won. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So you learned that about the other people here. We didn't really introduce ourselves much. I kind of hinted at first. You can introduce yourself when you first come in as a navigator. I don't think anybody introduced themselves. So we got to know something about each other. When you were a kid, I'll share one more idea and then maybe we'll open it up to any other observations. When I was a kid, I remember visiting my grandmother. I was, let's say, I don't know, 8 years old. And she lived in a little house they had that was the upstairs of a house thing. And you could see the street below. And I saw some kids down there playing a game. And I asked my grandmother, "Can I go play?" She said, "Sure." Well, this was up in Los Angeles. You don't want to just go out on the street in Los Angeles to strangers, but this was a long time ago. So I went down on the street and I said, "Hey, can I play?" And they said, "Sure." I didn't know what the heck they were playing. It was a game I'd never seen before. So they put me on a team, and pretty soon somebody goes, "You're out." I go, "What did I do?" "Oh, you stepped out of the boundary." "Where's the boundary?" "Well, from that water faucet to that can is the boundary." "Oh, okay." So I learned a rule. And then a few minutes later, "You're out." "Well, how did I get out?" "Well, you got hit by the ball, but you didn't catch it." Now I learned another rule. Within a few hours, I knew all the rules and I was playing as well as they were. They never gave me an instruction book. They never said, "Here's all the rules." Now, there are some people who need to know all the rules first, but I learned it as I went. And I don't think this is uncommon. A lot of stuff in life is kind of that way. Oh, I just hid give me a moment here, the screen. Okay, so I'd like to hear other observations. Anybody else have something to share? Out loud, I mean.
I have a question, Woody, if you have a moment.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
what I'm
was
here for.
I was curious if you had any other games that you've used in this style before.
Yeah, 4 or 5 of them. This one turned out to be like by far the easiest to just get going with. Before we were using computerized games uh, for these things, wasn't remote. I was using the game from the Set Game. Some of you know Set Game. It's a card game where you try to form sets. It's a very active game. It's very popular among programmers, or it used to be. And so that I would use that, and then we would say we have a rule keeper. That person already knows the rules. Nobody else knows the rules. And then they just start playing the game and try to forming. It's a game where you try to form sets from these cards. It's based on research of DNA, how DNA combines. Anyways, at least I think it is. Anyways, so somebody would form a set and they say, well, that's not actually a set. So they would give just the barest amount of instruction as it went through. So that worked pretty good. Other games I've tried, things like, oh, I don't even remember the names of them right now, like Terraria and things like that. But you could do this with Minecraft. You could do this with almost anything, you know. Some of there are Minecraft mods that let you have all kinds of challenges and puzzles and things like that. And if I had a list of them, I'd put it together, but I really don't. I've got some I've traded. Sandra, you got something to share.
I really like this game because it seems I've noticed the similarity when we're mom programming that there's the desire to get the right answer first and the one to like be the first one to share the answer. So you have that same impulse and you have learned the same patience and so it's just a really great analogy for programming that's super fun. So
Oh, that's a
thank you.
good point. So like we're learning how to not jump to conclusions or make assumptions. That's part of what this is about. Yeah, it's a good thing to. So for myself, I always would race to the end with stuff, but you just can't skip to the end. You can't go, oh, I know it'll work. No, yeah, well, okay, it didn't work. You know, because here's an experiment to try. That's maybe a better approach. And Ben, your hand's up.
I was just thinking about how to share intent and why that's a skill. And what I think about is what, why, and how. Like, what are we doing? Why does it matter? Like, oftentimes I'm like, I'm trying to learn this as a reason why for doing something. But I think there's a boundary between an instruction that's too detailed and an instruction that's just right, Goldilocks. And I'm trying to find where that boundary is. And I think the boundary is giving the person who's driving space to have control, influence over what they do without being reduced to a robot.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure that out.
One thing that we'll notice in doing work is we want to finish things. So if we start giving someone a high level intent and they start trying to do it, we let them figure it out and finish it. If they really get lost, if they're wandering around, you can say, can I give you a little more detail there? Or, that's not exactly what I wanted. Let's stick to this part, whatever, we do it in some at least partly kind way. Never follow me as an example because I'm really terrible at this stuff. I'm easily frustrated, impatient, hard to get along with kind of guy. And so I have to be on my best behavior to be able to make this work. So, don't use me as an example, but yeah, we need to be patient. Sometimes we just, the old saying, bite your tongue. Sometimes we just kind of bite our tongue, let the thing happen. Don't look too worried on our outwardly and just see what happens because we'll probably often find out we learned something. So we have got two more hands up and then I think we'll wrap it up. So Alex.
Yeah, so thank you for this experience. One thing I noticed about myself today is I kind of overthink. I think 5 steps ahead and I don't try sometimes. So I think I'm very smart. If I make all those moves, that will not work out and I don't even try it. Yes. So I need sometimes to kind of push myself to make experiment artificially, let's say, for me.
So this is a lot. So I'm reflecting on everything that people are saying. This is a lot of what test-driven development can be like. Is that we set up little experiments and try them, and we expect them to fail. We want to see the failure. So we learn from the failures. There's enough written on that I don't need to go too deeply into it. But when we try the ideas, we learn stuff, whether they fail or not. But if we don't try them, we don't get the learning. When it's so rudimentary that we can just think it through and do it, then sure, let's just do that. But when we get into this slightly more complex space, like let's step on the lava and see what happens. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I kind of expected that, but I learned it, right? Oh, if I break this rule, I can't move anymore. We don't learn that till we actually try it. We can guess at it and we can operate on it. Maybe we need to do the experiments. I think it's a great thing to do. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so,
And
Anita, go
I
ahead.
have a question for you
Yes.
too. Like
Yeah.
how do you, when do you use it at work, at real work, at life? Yeah, like you cannot put 10 people at one computer every day,
Well, I would challenge
probably.
that. we were typically working on our original team. I think we had 7 people, and we would vary between 5 and 7 people frequently, all day, every day. And then what we found, and I've got entire talks that I give about why do I think this works? It's all theoretical, but it definitely worked. Because the very first of the first 2 questions I was asked, one of them was, how can this possibly be productive? 5 people working at one computer. And my response was, in my normal snarky manner, I said, I don't know, it just works. It's like, I don't know the reason it works. Well, I've now studied this for 15 years almost. And I believe I have some reasons, and a lot of it has to do with queuing and the other things we talked about here, high level of learning. We're very effective in getting the right things done and getting them done efficiently. So effective is more important than efficient. One other thing that we find, of course, that it's fun. So you group these things together, and what I found working this way is that it is better than having people coordinating people to work separately. We can put it this way. Is it better to separate everybody and have them work solo or group them together and have them work as a team? And my answer is the people can decide what's working for them. So if a group says, hey, we like working as a team, we're getting more done, that's a good indication. But I do have ways to show that working solo can be very detrimental. So I'm not suggesting we need to or should, but it's just it's worth considering these things. And we'll move to Anita, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah,
Anita.
yeah. So I just wanted to add that, like for me also, like when I joined this experiment, so like there were so many different personalities, so many different like creative ideas and things like that. Some of the suggestions, some of the experiments we tried, I probably would not even have thought about it myself. But like, and to me it was like crazy, like you are lava, like it doesn't even make sense. Why would you do that? But it's nice that actually you get to think at a level that you've never really thought about before. Probably would not have thought about it if I was by myself. I would have solved the problem eventually, but it's just getting a different outlook on a thing. I don't think that would have happened if you worked on it alone. So
So you're bringing up a really important point, and that is that we can artificially limit ourselves when we work solo, and we can't notice that it's happening. This is the big advantage, I think, of having a group is that they're looking at it from different perspectives. And where I may not understand kind of how this kind of a game works, somebody else might. And I will learn quickly how does this kind of a game work. Now, the very first time I ever played this game was in a group. It was at a conference in France, and the guy who put it on, I was so glad I came to the session. Did it very similar to what we did here, and it was really a great experience. But then I went off because I'm traveling. I bought the game. I did it solo, and as well. And that was fun too. But I learned a lot more about how to do it just out of that first experience. And so that jumped start my learning. Maybe we'll finish up the final reflection today and we'll call it an end, is that teamwork does not replace solo work and solo work does not replace teamwork. I love to sit and play video games alone. I also love playing them with others. I love doing software development alone, and I also love doing it with others. We can have both. There are some things where it may be better to work alone, but I would make this last challenge. When you think you have something that you should be working alone, understand why. Because often it's because it's grunt work that doesn't take more than one person. Grunt work means it's really simple, rudimentary work. And when we have really simple work to do, that might be the time to figure out how to automate it and stop doing this kind of work that we think has to be solo. Now, I think I could be really creative alone. And so sometimes I prefer to do that. But I find that the ideas uh, multiply more rapidly when we're working together. So matter of fact, if I share an idea and somebody else misunderstands it, That is a really powerful learning possibility. That misunderstanding itself leapfrogs over all kinds of things. So sometimes the misunderstandings are as good as actually having understood each other. I want to thank everybody for coming. I saw one last thing that was mentioned in the chat, that part of what we got out of this was that we know each other without really even getting introduced yet. We have a positive feeling about each other that who knows, how we got that, but that just happened just by using a simple framework for learning to work together. And I think that no matter what this world needs more than anything is let's work together. Let's not be adversarial. It's not this side against that side. There's a center. Let's operate in the center, gather the understanding, make sure that we're finding out how to help each other, not how to harm each other. So thank you, everybody, for coming to the Global Agile Summit. This is going to be a great event. It is a great event because when you see this, it's probably in the middle of it. So thank you, everybody.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to stop the recording here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Are you sure
Thanks.
you want
This
to
was
stop?
fun.
Yes.